different coaches. We've got coach 1, coach 2, coach 3, coach 4, coach 5, and I'll reveal who some of these people are and some of the strategies behind this. Now, firstly, coach 1. What do we do in terms of strategy scaling them to $100,000 a month? So firstly, when they came to us, they were doing around 15K a month. They then scaled to 150K a month. My horrendous handwriting. Now, how did this happen so quickly? Because we integrated them using a video sales letter with paid advertising. What essentially is this? This is where we drive people to an opt-in for a free training to learn about something, which then gets them to book a call. Now, when you get this with the right metrics, it's very, very, very profitable. And it's essentially where you can just turn the tap on and get as many leads, as many calls as you want. The issue that tends to come from this is you actually become a victim of your own success and you have to grow your sales team very quickly. Now, why did this work in particular? This had a very unique offer in terms of it talks about like kind of blood testing and blood type training in different analogies. So having a unique mechanism for your business is one of the quickest ways to stand out in the marketplace. The second thing is also going to be actually selling to a high level audience, people who have money. If you're going to try and sell to 18-year-old kids, you will not be able to sell a high ticket coaching program. Now, with that being said, the last part of this, what we did was the pricing. So the pricing of this program increased the entire time. And because he sells decent price point programs, I believe from top of my head about 5K, it means you don't have to sell millions of them to make 150K a month. And essentially, also the clients who pay the most, what do they generally do? They want the least. So this client is a client of ours who is Dom from the UK, he absolutely slays. And also why this offer works, he has got a very high level skill set in terms of a coach himself. He invests very heavily in himself and he's also in good shape. If you practice what you preach, guess what happens? Your business tends to scale well. Coach number 2. Now, this is a client of ours who is in the United States of America. His exact words when he came to us, Instagram doesn't work. How? You just don't know how to get it to work. So, well, first thing we did with him, he is an older chap. He is in really, really good shape. He's a father, so he's a very aspirational figure. So we helped him lock in on organic on Instagram. What happened? His audience started to blow up of the right type of avatar clients that he wanted to work with. He then started to make a lot more money. From memory, I think when he came to us, he was doing like 20 to 30K a month. And I'll talk about what he scaled up to in a minute. So what did we do after he got his organic IG working and he started getting traction, leads coming through organically? We then put the whole thing on steroids and turbocharged it. We then put him onto paid advertising. Now, what did we then do to then allow this to then scale up further and actually filter out the non-qualified leads, which was something he was getting a lot of because he was on a rocket ship to the moon where he was getting a lot of traffic. Is we then added in a quiz funnel, which essentially would filter out the brokey poor clients from the great phenomenal clients he wanted to work with. He charges a high ticket price and he also works on LinkedIn. And this client is a guy called Dane from the US. And what we actually got him to was, I think it was around 120K-ish a month. And that was in maybe 6 months time. So Dom went from 15 to 150K in about a year. This was about 6 months from about 30K to 120K a month. So he's from the US. Coach number 3, completely different avatar. So this is a lady from Ireland. She sells to menopausal women. Now, in terms of where her business was at, I think when she came to us, she was doing like 50 to 60K a month, roughly, from top of memory. And now the strategies that we came in to optimize for her was she was actually doing quite well with webinars. So what did we do? We've got to do more of them. You lean into more of what's working. Secondly, is increase the pricing and optimize the sales systems. So that allowed her to actually make more money, charge more, and make the whole thing more profitable. And thirdly is then turbocharge the whole thing with ads. So she had an issue where she was outsourcing to an ads agency who were massively underperforming. And then what happened with this is when she started to actually take control of some of the ads and we started helping her run some of them, the whole ecosystem became more profitable. She then scaled upwards and then she again went to 100K per month. And this is a lady from Ireland who I'll put a photo on screen with now, who actually gave a plaque award, who is a lady called Tara, who's a very nice human being. She also has a great niche and really cares about helping her audience, which is one of the most important things. Coach number 4, who we helped. This is a guy from the United States of America, so the US of A. And actually, when I first spoke to him, he actually found us from our YouTube channel. He was living in Colombia. Basically, he won't mind me saying this, but king digital nomad degenerate, loving life. Now, what was he really, really good at? He found us on YouTube, and guess what his strength was? This is where there's different strategies for all the different coaches we work with. His strength was YouTube. He was good at making YouTube videos. He's good on YouTube. His content is good. He gets engagement. So we taught him the YouTube organic VSL technique. That then increased his sales. I think when he started with us, he was maybe doing 30 to 40K a month. He worked with us for 4 to 5 months. I'll talk about what he did. So we helped with YouTube organic VSL, which is essentially where you turn YouTube into a selling machine for you, which is highly leveraged. Secondly, we optimize his sales and pricing. So as general with most people, if you create a better offer, you make more money. And then thirdly, talking about offers, is he actually had quite a high churn rate and he was losing a lot of clients after they'd sign up. I think if from memory, he was doing a 3 to 4 month program initially. Is we put in this system here, a reoffer and renewal on 3 to 4 months. And the biggest thing that actually drove his business revenue was this. And I said this to him in a quick 20-minute call, and that took him to over 100K per month. And this guy is a guy who's a G from the US called Huncho. So you can probably check him out on YouTube. Coach number 5 in terms of scaling his business. So this is a chap who came to us who was in rural Ireland. His business at the time was maybe doing around 15K a month. He was not in a great position at that point. He's from Ireland and he has gone down a rabbit hole, a very interesting niche, which is going to be rural farmers. So he went into that. He's really good at making content. He's got really good in terms of mindset side of stuff. His initial strategy was actually boosting posts, which allowed him then to scale this business up. And the highest he's got up to is $240,000 per month. And he actually messaged me on this morning. What's actually not working so well now, generally across the marketplace, is boosted posts. It's not as effective as it used to be. What is absolutely slaying and is absolutely crushing for him right now, which they're pivoting all their ad traffic to, is VSLs. So they are cranking calls and cranking profitability on paid traffic to VSLs to farmers. Now, why has this change happened in the marketplace? It's very heavily in terms of like AI. It's very easy to then target with a VSL when you know what you're doing. And this is how we help people create the AI VSL, which is then basically your mind fucking the audience, people who you want to sell to. You can literally take their pain points using AI, market to their personalities, and it's kind of like shooting a fish in a barrel. And this is essentially the technique we're using with them. And that's the Kennedy brothers. I'll just put Dave down here. Amazing human beings. They've worked with us for maybe 2 years or so. And you can see how there's 5 different strategies here in terms of scaling coaches to $100,000 a month. We've helped 23 people do this in 6 months. And here you can see this is VSL to mail offer. We've got quiz funnels. We've got webinars. We've got YouTube organic VSLs, reoffers, again, VSLs. There's multiple different ways to skin a cat.
If you enjoyed this clip and you're a business owner, content creator, or coach, and you want help in terms of exactly how to scale your business to the next level using ads, AI, VSLs, setters, and building teams that basically monetize your business and monetize your knowledge, but without you having to press all the buttons, it's never been easier than before. What we can do is we can walk through the whole process in terms of how we're doing this over and over and over again with content creators, with business owners. If you hit the link at the bottom of this video, you can book a call with us and the team. We can audit your whole business, show you where the bottlenecks are, and show you exactly how we can scale. And if we think you're a good fit to work with us, we can show you what that looks like too.